Hi, and welcome to my takeover, I think. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for Leklaronolo to join me. I cannot honor your request to join, but yeah, thanks for joining. I promise I won't be as brutal as always. And yeah, I think while waiting for Leklaronolo, I have some time to take some questions from you guys. Yeah, how are you? How's the day been? And yeah, are you excited for some poetry tonight? Hi, Alma. Thank you.
Tumalang.
Okay.
Legay.
Rasampan repila wena.
Piteng. Hello, people. Hi, Alma. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the lockdown takeover. I'm sorry. I'm already preparing myself because I know after Bokang has finished, I'm not going to be doing well. So I'm already preparing myself.
I'm not brutal. I think people are going through their most, so yeah, gonna be gentle.
Okay. So today we have Bokang, who is famously known on social media as Bokang Wrote, and he is a poet who has written. I've read two of his collections of poetry. I don't know if the other one has been like an actual hard copy. Oh, I've read three because there was like that other special one that was just like for Letokonolo, you know. So no, guys, like I'm seriously saying, one Sunday morning we woke up. A selected number of people woke up, and when you opened your email address said a Sunday morning for Letokonolo. So you know, I felt special because you know, no one had ever written this thing. But welcome everybody. Hey, Batumbokang, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking water.
Water has a colorant.
Yeah.
Woo, guys, lockdown. So anyways, Bokang, first book is called Things the Fire Left Behind. Let me just walk around so I can find it, so I can show you. I have the old cover and not the new one. I'm still waiting. After lockdown, okay, it's gonna be new cover. So this is Bokang's first book. It's called The Things the Fire Left Behind. Hey. And also it's signed, guys. Every book on this live is signed, please. So, okay. Bokang, how are you doing? Let's start there.
I'm good. I'm doing well. Yeah. It's been an interesting time, but yeah.
I'm going to spend a couple of like minutes with you, or like,
Yeah.
maybe more than a couple. Like it's gonna be a little bit of a while. But as soon as you start to drag me, or I feel dragged, I'm just going to like let myself go, because like mo go guys, mo go like mo go. So can I ask you to like just start reading, and then we'll intercept it with some like conversation, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, Alma asked who is playing in the background because
Oh, it was Georgia Smith, Take Me Home.
Okay, Georgia Smith, Take Me Home. So Bokang o re sa ganeta ka music, o re sa ganeta ka poetry, go monate.
Okay. I'm gonna read something. So this is not from Things That I Left Behind.
Okay.
Very.
I think people are asking very pertinent questions, Bokang. Let me just ask this: how many bottles of wines do you have left?
I have 3. I don't drink as much as I do. It's been a very painful experience being sober every day. Yeah. But yeah. When you first texted me the day, I reserved this Rupert and Rothschild for this session.
Okay, Wabana Batum, when I'm a higher grade, we are being ushered in with a higher grade wines. Mark, drop a location now, we'll get it on our name.
But also Askis.
Okay, yes,
I would
so
like
you
to
said
share a situation doesn't allow. Yeah. But immediately after the lockdown ends, yeah. I'm gonna be out there. We're gonna be doing a lot of wine, a lot of coffee. Yeah. Don't drink anything there.
hey, get the wine some more. What?
Yeah. You're asking a question. Oh, you wanted me to read.
You wanted, yes.
Okay.
You said you're gonna read. I will ask questions.
This is how yeah. This is something because of what we are going through right now. Yeah. I don't know how, yeah, whether you'll find it happy, sad, beautiful, that's up to you. It goes, after the lockdown ends and the fear has faded down, I'll have you back on my lap again for the first time in a very, very long time. We'll spend the day cuddled up and being silly, making love. I'll feel each one of your touches like it was for the first time. Later that evening, you will take a long bath. You'll get dressed in that beautiful black dress and we'll go out somewhere far from home. We'll find a club we haven't been to before and just have fun and drink. I'll look at you across the room, half drunk and dancing free, looking like a fairy tale. I'll join you on a dance floor and we'll hold each other and I'll feel your tears on my neck. I'll ignore them and tell you that you are beautiful. And I'll see that beautiful smile of yours glow on your face. We will dance until the early hours of the morning. And you'll tell me that you love me with everything inside of you. But you'll ask me to understand. You'll ask me to understand that this is our last dance. the separation of the lockdown was too much on you. And sometimes surviving means nothing when you've already lost yourself. You'll kiss me and walk away without a word because you've always said that on the day we break up, you will not stay and watch my tears.
Guys,
We love to see it.
wait, I told like has all started like has all start mugo. Like I was like, okay, like it's so like it's nice. And yes, I'm getting this feeling that, you know what, ooh, Linda, I really cannot wait for the lockdown. I don't even have a person, but like I'm ready to like manufacture them so that I can kiss them and hold them for the first time, really. And now you're like, we'll kiss and break. Batung, happiness.
Yeah.
Do you ever write about happiness? Is there happiness in your life?
I do. That's the thing which people don't understand. In that I'm such a happy person.
But can we have happy poems? Happy poems.
I don't know. Have I ever written? I don't think I've ever written a happy poem. I don't know where that comes from, but yeah. Yeah.
But like, you know, like
Yeah.
sex, how beautiful sex is, and how like sex, so that maybe that will be happiness, or is like even sex sadness. Bokang, please tell me.
I posted a few tweets about sex, and it was a play around the church theme and sex. They call it blasphemy, but like for once it was not something said. Yeah, in it I do play around with my writing. I do explore things. Last night I wrote a story for Zanele. She asked for a love story, and I'm in the process of writing that now. I've written a few paragraphs of it, and it's a happy story, you know.
So are you going to explore other mediums of writing? Because I think your primary mode of expression has been poetry. Are you interested in writing like novels or short stories or any nonfiction?
I don't know. In that I've announced that I've quit writing. I'm not a writer anymore.
You're not going to write anymore?
After a storm, it's gonna be my last book.
Like forever, or like are you taking a break and then you'll come back?
In that currently after the storm, it's my last book. I don't know if I'll come back after a few years. But here's the thing. I never said after the storm is gonna come after a beautiful Sunday. I said after the storm is gonna be my last book. In that things have changed. Things have changed so much.
So we might have a beautiful Sunday, and
you might have something in between after the storm and a beautiful Sunday. But if I announce that I'm publishing after the storm, it will be the end of Bokang Road, because it will be followed by the activation of all my social media accounts.
Bokang, like, why are you breaking our house? Like, what's happening? What's happening?
Nothing. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna be very active in independent publishing.
Okay.
You're gonna see a lot of me. I'm not running away from publishing all of it.
So you're going to become more involved in the actual production. So publishing editing and those type of things, and not necessarily writing?
Yeah. I think I've written enough for a lifetime.
We the readers decide that.
I don't know. Do you?
We do. We decided. Hebatu. Like, imagine, like, you've dragged us, and then you're like, I'm done, guys.
Yes. So I started writing a long time ago. I don't even remember how old I was, but it was not the kind of writing that I'm writing now. And when I started writing in the way that I write now, it sort of felt like I found my purpose in writing. In that my writing finally means something. And when you found your purpose, the biggest thing about purpose is that you have to fulfill it. And I believe that with all my writing, I have fulfilled my purpose, and it's now for me to grow into something else. My attention span, it's horrible in that I don't think I'd sit down and write a novel. That's not me.
Okay.
But the day after I announced that I quit writing, I wrote 5 poems, and I was like, why is my mind betraying me? In that
it's because you haven't fulfilled your purpose. You don't decide that you have fulfilled your purpose.
But yeah, I'm at a point where
we are happy for you to take a break and to contribute to the literature.
If I take a break, I'm never coming back. Like I'm not a fan of break. Even in relationship, if you're dating me and you're like, can you please take a break? I need to figure myself out. I'm gonna disappear. I'm gonna be like delete. I'm that person.
So, do you feel that you have grown as a writer? The themes that you explored in your first book, do you think that there are different themes that you'll explore in A Beautiful Sunday and the last book that you're apparently writing?
I think if you've read Things That Fire Left Behind and you've read the full version of A Beautiful Sunday, I don't know if Alma shared it with you because of how controlled it is. But it's different.
Is it happier? All I want to know, is it happier?
So the title A Beautiful Sunday comes from me saying I love Sundays. Sundays are beautiful. There's something, whether you go to church or you host a lunch or you go for a picnic and all of that.
Sorry, Alma is like, I don't share books. People must buy.
But like, yeah, so there's that thing about Sundays which gives you peace. Whether it's picnics, lunch, church and stuff, where you sort of like, in a way, find your salvation. And I'm not talking about the church salvation, which I'm not big on, but like you sort of like find a way back to yourself. And that's Sundays. That's Beautiful Sunday.
So are you gonna read to us from Beautiful Sunday? Just a taste about like why we must also enjoy this beautiful Sunday. If you have any questions, please pop them up. I'll ask Bokang.
Yeah, please do.
But I want him to read. We're thinking today. It's more exhausted Bokang ibile because he says he's leaving writing.
Yeah. Shit. I'm trying to find something
Happy.
a little soft.
So you'll continue to drag us even on a beautiful Sunday.
Okay, so if you've read Things the Fire Left Behind, it starts with this church scene where they are praying for you and all of that, and you are like, no matter how much you pray for me, there will always be something in the background because I don't have demons, I'm just depressed. So I started A Beautiful Sunday on a similar line because of Sundays and the impact of church on Sundays. And the first poem on A Beautiful Sunday goes, there is a loud drum beating in the background, old women dressed in blue and white, singing loud and crying. I'm at the back with tears on my eyes. I'm here seeking my sanity again, seeking salvation, reeking of all the toxic things I did Saturday night just to stay alive. But I'm here now hanging by a thread. And as the drum gets louder, I can feel myself fading away more, disappearing into a crowd. So I call out to God or whoever the creator is. I'm tired of always smelling like death. I'm here for my Lazarus miracle. I'm here for my resurrection. God, are you even out there? And that's how A Beautiful Sunday starts.
So Sibongile says, well, I don't have questions, just a comment. I love how Bokang puts most of the experiences we can't describe in words. Best writer I know.
Thank you, Sibongile. I didn't pay her, just so you know. Yeah.
So I see you wearing a t-shirt that says Things the Fire Left Behind. Are they for sale?
There's a handle which joined earlier, Sid_more. She's one of the people who supported my work before I got popular, and this t-shirt was a gift from her, and it's like my favorite t-shirt ever. And I'm only I love that I'm the only person who has it. Like
yeah, because but I hear it. So can you please continue reading? Now I'm just here in the background. There's someone who's saying bonjour, bonne nuit. Someone is saying bonjour in French, so they're saying hello.
Yeah, Saubona. I don't know. Yeah.
So Angela is asking, where can I get your books during this lockdown period? Is there ebooks?
So what I didn't say is that A Beautiful Sunday is already on Google Play Store. It's been there for weeks. As
you heard, Tribes, A Beautiful Sunday is already on Google Play Store. You can already buy it. It's been there for weeks.
It's been there for weeks. Yeah, I just put it there. I didn't announce it because of when you publish a book on Amazon or Google, so they take your word format and transform it into their format. So my format is okay, the font size, it's everything, it's fine. But the Google side, they reduce the format, and I've been trying to find a way of correcting the format without changing the structure of my book, because you increase by one font size and everything goes out of the way. So that's why I just left it there. Whoever finds it, finds it. But A Beautiful Sunday, it's on a Google Play Store. We are tireless, whatever the word means. Yeah, we are working hard to fix that little error without destroying A Beautiful Sunday. And
So someone's asking, how would you describe your writing style?
I don't know.
And I suppose connected to that, who are some of your favorite poets or writers?
Okay. At the top of the list, Alicia Nicole Harris, Jasmine Mens, and she always tracks.
Oh yes, Jasmine. Sorry, randomly, everyone, there is a poem by Alicia Harris as Jasmine Manx. It's called Waiting.
I'm always playing that.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So you have to check it out. Okay. Anyways,
I think you should also check Jasmine Mens with Janabel Academia.
And obviously, if you want to like hear Drags by Jasmine Manx, you should just check out Footnotes for Kanye. Like, she goes in, okay? She goes in.
So I think someone yesterday sent me a text, and I think as someone who's a reader and who's just a part of my work, he described my writing in a best way, which I could not describe it. He said that my writing, it's like I'm writing a poem which is intended for everyone, but when you read it, it speaks to you directly. It's like for that moment, the world stops existing, and it's just Bokang and you and that poem. And I'm into your personal life, into your mind, and you always ask yourself that how does this person know this about me? And I think that's I wouldn't say I have a writing style, but I would say my writing is intended to speak to you in a way that no one or no writer speaks to you. In a way that when I write about 2 a.m. and you are crying outside a club, it's something you've seen or something you've done, you know. But no one is willing to write it, and no one is willing to say, I understand, I've been there too. You know.
So I was asking, the people that you write about, do they ever ask you about the poems?
Yeah. I'm fortunate that my family reads my books, and they're like, okay, sharp, you won't ask questions. Are you making money from them, and are you happy? Sharp. And yeah, I'm happy about that, in that I drag them a lot, but they never ask. Lovers who I write about, some do ask questions, and some just reads, and yeah, they just send a long sad paragraph to say, I wish you had told me this while we were together, stuff.
So I suppose the question that I've always wanted to know is that, are you a good communicator, or are you someone who is like takes mental notes of things that happen in relationship and you're like, ooh, for my next poem?
I stay away from writing about my relationships while I'm in them and stuff. The poems in A Beautiful Sunday about relationships, I was actually single at the time. And they come out as if I'm speaking about someone, whereas they were written a long time ago. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm that person who allows you to do whatever you want, say whatever you want and stuff. And when you've calmed down, I'm like, okay, this is what happened. This is how you reacted, and this is your emotional space right now. How do we address this? And because you voiced out yourself, how do we go about solving your problem? Because what your cry, you want me to solve something. There's obviously something I'm not doing right. Let's fix that, but in an orderly manner. And if you keep going on yada yada yada, nah, I'm gonna block you out and I'm gonna leave.
So Miss Wani was asking, your poems, right? What inspires them? Is it life experiences? Is it music? Is it things that you read? What inspires your poetry?
Life. You know, I always say, even though a lot of people fight against it, but I always say that it's somehow the writing is a curse in that it never leaves. I'd be on my way to work, you know, and see an interaction between two people, and that would become a poem. I'd be there chilling with family, having a good time and stuff, and there would be something in me that says, capture this moment. I think I'm more like a photographer, but like in a writing way, in that I'd be in a meeting, like serious meeting and stuff, and I'd see someone doing their best to hold on and be there present, but you can see that in their face they're not there, you know, and you'd ask yourself, what's happening? And there would be a poem that comes out from how we sometimes bottle up everything just to make it through the day so that we can break in silence at the end of the day, you know. And that's me. It's always there. That's why I said that after I announced that I'm done writing, 5 poems came out of nowhere. And I want peace. I want that writing to, like, Can I read?
Can you please read some more, because you know people are here to hear you read.
Yeah.
But please read some more. Someone is saying maybe writing is a curse. Maybe this curse continues so that you can never stop writing. People don't want you to stop writing.
I can taste the bitterness of salt water in my mouth. I don't know if it's the ocean inside trying to escape, or I'm finally head deep in water and I'm close to drowning. I can feel the sun on my face and the fresh air as it enters my lungs. But this makes me cry. There's an ocean living in me and drowning the life out of me, and I'm too tired to swim. I miss myself. I miss myself. I miss who I used to be before my soul got tired. I miss before my shoulders learned to carry the weight of everything I'm going through inside. I miss my laughter and happy feet. I miss home and what I thought it was. I miss being young and naive, being out all night drinking for the fun of it, before trying to drown the demons in my head. I miss my pure smile and laughing out loud and being carefree. I miss the days before heartbreaks and believing in love. I miss believing that one day I will find my soulmate. I miss not carrying a heavy soul. I miss not being tired.
Sure. But now I felt that. I don't know about y'all, but like Linda, I miss myself. Like yo, I miss myself. But Bokang, you write like this and then you say you're the happiest person. So is this missing not of you? Is this missing of someone else? Like, what is the truth?
Look, it's not always. I'm a happy person, but it's not always gloomy.
So when you say I miss myself, I miss being tired, I miss carrying the weight on my shoulder, you're talking about yourself.
I'm talking about me.
Okay, I felt that personally. I don't want to lie.
Yeah. Last year I got diagnosed with moderate but severe anxiety. I think with a touch of depression, and I still don't know what that means. I know the medical or the psychological term and stuff, but I still don't know what it means. And I follow the rules, I stick to my routines, I stick to my anxiety pills and all of that. But I have so many days where I'm out there carefree in the sun, being a troll, and there are those days which creeps in. There are those days where I don't feel like getting out of bed, and I think this kind of writing comes from those days, because when I'm going through those days, I don't write. I even take weeks not writing at all, because that darkness doesn't want to go away. But when I'm back, yo, I'll be dragging all of you and you think I'm breaking down. Nah, that's the after effect. Yeah, sometimes an earthquake hits, and it's what happens after you survive it. You know, it's the aftermath that hits you the most. It's not the earthquake that destroys you. It's how you have to find a way to live. It's how you describe your life after the trauma, after the disaster. That's why I had a problem with After the Storm. The title, in that when I came up with After the Storm, it meant something totally different. And now After the Storm feels like I'm writing about after this coronavirus and the life we're gonna live and stuff. In that I might even have to change it. But of course, yeah, I don't want it to be like that. I don't want after the storm to carry the weight of what's happening now. Yeah.
So a lot of people are, crying emojis. Yes, I'm in tears. I'm crying too much. Someone is wishing you strength on your journey. And thank you for sharing. I think that it's very vulnerable for us to share that we do suffer from mental health issues. And that there are times when we can't get out of bed. So thank you for that. Oli says, I understand you, Bokang. I am sick. Yet I believe I am too happy. And then Tumzash says, hug. I was diagnosed with borderline depression. It's scary. Keep strong. And then Miss Winey was referring, I think, to your when you spoke about after the storm, right? And what a powerful metaphor is. And I also, I'm thinking about it as even a sort of lingering idea of, like, what if there is no after the storm? Oftentimes when we talk to people, they often speak about the idea of it's going to get better. And it's going to, after the storm, there's light at the end of the rainbow. But what if for some of us, there's no after the storm? What is after the storm is just the same as before the storm?
I'm sorry that I still haven't learned to save myself first. I'm sorry that some days I don't have any fight left in me and I feel like this is it. I won't survive tonight. I'm sorry that the nights that I survive turn me into a ghost the next day. I'm sorry that the silence is always so loud that it jumps out of my bones. I'm sorry that I still don't know how to stop apologizing for being alive. Is it the silence that gets to you? Loneliness greeting you at a door after a long day. Feeling like you have no fight left in you. You are too tired to break down, so tears slowly fall from your eyes with you sitting there in a cold dark bedroom, overwhelmed by everything. You try sleeping it away, but at some point, sleeping everything away stopped working. That's why you always have a bottle of wine near you. But I can't get drunk enough anymore to disregard the fact that I've been tap dancing without shoes on to the loneliness and the sadness that's been eating me up inside. I didn't even notice that the music stopped a long time ago. I'm trying hard to remember when I stopped existing.
Sure.
And this is what you refer to as to sometimes there's no after the storm. We talked about storms like our mouths were not full of rainwater, like our lungs were not rain gauges that indicate that there was a flood here, that our lungs were not full of blocked drainage water. We talked about how sometimes the storm never leaves you until the water leaks from your eyes. But we are still here. We are still alive. And I guess that means something.
So when you read, like, after you've written this and you have moments of reading these poems, like,
yeah,
how do you feel?
I don't read my books. I wrote them. I wrote the book. I know the sadness in them. I know the dread in them. I don't read my it took me a year and a half to read Things the Fire Left Behind. And A Beautiful Sunday. I skimmed through it just after my editor was done. I didn't read it to read it. I know. Nah, I won't do that to myself.
But Rona, it's fine for us to do that to ourselves.
You know, sometimes I get so overwhelmed about the Sunday sessions because they are so emotionally exhausting. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I would get calls, SMSs, WhatsApp messages, like people will be protesting, and they'll be like, "No way, you are ending the Sunday sessions." And I keep writing, I I keep sharing, but like, yeah,
So someone says, okay, so you don't read your books. Do you do public performances?
no, I don't. My existence and my writing, it's based on me being not available. I'm available to two entities, the Chigi Natives and Word and Sound. Outside of that, please don't involve me in whatever you are doing. And if you wanna involve me, let's sit down and have a conversation on why you want me there and how you want me to fit into what you are doing. I need to understand that. But other than that, even the first edition of this even this it's my name here, and I think on this page, and it's done. I'm gone. I'm not there in that. That's my existence. My existence is for my work to be out there and not me. How you interpret that, it's fine. We will still continue writing. We will still give you work. But yeah, to get me into the public, it's a battle.
So Alma is asking, what's your self-care routine? How do you take care of yourself?
Gym, running, and weekly therapy sessions.
So my battery is about to let me down.
So Alma can come to.
No. No. Listen, just listen to me. Just continue reading. And give me 2 minutes, and then I will be back. But continue reading.
Okay. Yeah. Let me read a happy sexual poem. See, you won't be here. Your fingers moved on my back like you were an artist playing your favorite instrument with your soft moans hitting the right low notes. You danced on top of me like this was your last dance, and my body was the stage where you left it all. What we were doing was not sin, it was art. We painted the room with emotions. You screamed my name like you wanted to rock me into amnesia, and you had to bring back my memories. We made love like two artists a night before a revolution began. I kissed your skin like you had the last bit of freedom left in a night filled with gunshots. We exploded like our bodies were made of dirty bombs filled with unmeasured amount of C4 and passion. With my head buried deep in between the pillars of your temple, You moved your body as if I was performing an exorcism with my tongue. I could taste the gospel on your skin, and your spine shivered. Your bones were rattling, with you there waiting for me to say your name, and you exploded. Excuse if you are single. I'll hook you up, Scour. Um, okay. So a bit of a 10 in a mood. I love the excitement on your face when you tell me about your favorite book and how it forces you to admit a few things about yourself. Baby shark, while we are waiting for people. Okay. The day you left, I didn't cry or shout or scream. I had seen it coming. So I just stood up, made tea, and sat where you left me for the whole night, waiting for you to come back, even though I knew that I had seen you for the last time. The day after you left, I woke up early in the morning, washed my body in hot water, trying to rinse you out of my skin. I got out of the bathtub, dressed up in my Sunday best, and went out for a solo breakfast date at a coffee shop you hated, and I finally saw its beauty without your voice disturbing it. It was peaceful and hidden, the way you wanted our relationship to be. I know, right? It does cut deep. It does cut deep. Give me a few moments. I'm looking. You know, when you have like horrible writing, sometimes you can't even read your own writing. There's there's one of my favorite latest writing somewhere here. You looked at me and asked if I loved you. And you looked at me and asked if I loved you. And you had this look in your eyes like you were about to break. You didn't have the patience for my silly jokes that night and just wanted an answer from me because you had your emotions and feelings already packed in your bag, ready to leave, and wanted me to give you a reason to stay. I looked at you and said, I don't even believe that I know how to love myself. You just left and didn't even say goodbye. I bought you flowers the other day, and they were as beautiful as the first time I met you, and you punched me for all the times I made you cry with my tweets. I remember your eyes and how you would always look at me like you had found the one. And just like flowers, everything has its seasons. Everything has its season, no matter how beautiful it is. I'm sorry our beautiful season had to come to an end, but I still miss your eyes. It is gone. So there was a request to read from page 83. Yo. So I need to go back to my playlist. Page 83 of Things the Fire Left Behind. The sun went down on me so many times, I hoped it was for the last time, but still smiled when I saw it rise again the next day. That little joy is a way of self-betrayal. To be at constant awe with myself, the dying and lust for life, all wanting to be recognized. I have a tired body from all the internal battles, from wearing the scars, from carrying the past, from the pain. My smile wears down my body too. This is a level of complexity I was never prepared for. To look back into your life and realize you have been burning, that your home was a house on fire. You are old now, in ashes. Going back into the past to to pick up whatever pieces of you the fire left behind, with unanswered questions that play in your mind day in and day out. Will my children inherit these ashes? Will they look at me with eyes full of questions about everything I lost? Will their birth start another fire? Yeah, that's page 83 of Things the Fire Left Behind on this version. Do I have any requests, or you just need me to continue reading? Yo, it's JP Cooper. We were raised under gray skies. I feel like, okay, so I think a few months or a few weeks before the title Things the Fire Left Behind, let me wait for the chronology because he asked the question. I think a few months before the title came to me, because I had this thing of writing without any title, and it's always there across all my work, and unfortunately I can't publish it before the title. I think I saw a house on fire and something like that, and how the people had to go back to pick up what was left in that fire. And it's sort of like a sad thing, but I saw it also as a metaphor for our life, in that the way we grew up, it feels like we've been through, we were houses on fire, and now we are in our 20s, 30s and 40s, still trying to go back to the past to pick up whatever left of the fire. And one thing is that you have to admit that there has been a fire, and you have to admit that you have lost something, and that a recurring theme in my book, that loss, that realizing the trauma, admitting that there has been fire, and that you are here now trying to pick up everything that the fire left with you. And
someone asked, do you ever find yourself crying as you write?
When did I cry? I think we have time. So this is the last time I cried. When I wrote this love story last night. I hope I can read fast enough. It's long. Do you have time for me to read this?
Read. The people are here for you.
Okay. So it's titled Love Story. I don't know what to title it, because it was like I saw someone post something, and I picked up the challenge and said, let me write it.
You know, JP Cooper, this whole album is fantastic.
No, this is Tomish movie. Like this is go on another level.
Someone is like, we call it Zanele.
Yeah. Love story. You've been there for a while, watching the wave come crashing in and going back silently, and you have that look on your face where you just disappear into your childhood memories. Once again, I have to hold you and bring you back, but I think it's different this time. You have tears on your eyes, and the last time you had tears on your eyes was when you told me that you loved me. So I let you be for a moment and take a walk along the beach and feel the sand between my toes. It reminds me of when I'm back home, free, eating good food with my hands and singing traditional songs. Lava, are you deep lost into yourself? Is it safe now to come get you? There's undeniable magic about the ocean. It always has this thing of taking you back into yourself. And I think for the first time ever, it broke down the wall that I've been unable to break for a while. The tears lasted on your face longer than when you cried because you said you loved me. And I'm so curious about the place the ocean took you, but I let you be and hold you in silence. You don't know this, but even though I seem carefree, I once almost drowned as a child, and I'm terrified of water. And it's for the first time I'm able to take a walk along the beach because I have you near me. And there's something that makes me feel safe about you. You have this strong, subtle character, and also at the same time, you know how to allow yourself to be emotional. I haven't seen that in a while, and I just want to hold you endlessly in my arms and watch the waves kiss you and be silly, frozen at you. But I can tell that you are going through something emotional and spiritual. I understand because I've held you through nightmares and I've seen you disappear into your mind for days. This time, even though you've disappeared again into your mind, it's different. It's peaceful. Though you cried, I can feel you are lighter. And I even caught a glimpse of your smile. And for me, that's everything. Because even through your brokenness, I've seen you fight to love me and show it to me every day. I've seen you on your darkest days, smiling and excited simply because you cooked for me, and I genuinely loved it. The way you love me is different and selfless, and I often wonder if you spare some of that love for yourself. We drove back to the city the next day, and I don't know how you stayed up for a long drive because last night after dinner, you looked straight into my eyes and said you didn't want to make love to me. You wanted to have sex with the love of your life, and then I think we left a few bruises on each other's bodies. The way everything was wild. I don't know how you do it, but even in your wildness, there's calm. How silently you push me against the wall with this fire in your eyes and that evil smile, and how you had your way with me. I also enjoyed how you just let me have my way with you, and I'm a little embarrassed about how carried away I got, and I think my legs are still numb. You have this you have this terrible singing voice, but I've learned to love it. You messed up the lyrics, and you mess up the lyrics, and you are always offbeat, but somehow you know every song, which is something impressive for someone who seems clueless about music. I think this is one of the reasons I love you. Everything about you is organized chaos, and you are so carefree. And the few moments you get out of your shell, um, and somehow, well, okay, um, I think that's one thing I love about you. Everything is organized chaos with you, and you're so carefree. And even the few moments you get out of your shell. And somehow I don't want us to get to our destination. I want to watch you and listen to you. And I wonder where you go back in. I wonder when you go back into your shell, what kind of monsters you live with in there.
So you cried when you wrote this?
I cried. Like it's I don't know. Yeah, man. It's there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but
So, I
yeah.
mean, a lot of people agree, right? Because Batung, like some of the comments are like, "Hi guys, Batung Lona," and then someone asks, "Is your poetry therapeutic to you as it is to us?"
No, it's not.
And then someone was like,
But
"Uring wena, Batung Lena, hey, uring nabuti, calmness in your wildness, yo, Bokang, organized chaos." Le mametse Bokang Mara. So people are receiving it in the way that like it's meant to be received, right? I'm just like,
yeah,
I felt it's like a roller coaster, you know. Or it's like I can feel the nostalgia. I can feel the longing for the what used to be there, right? I can
yeah.
feel. I mean, I felt it. I felt like I also now want to go to the beach and like be this man who cannot swim but who is willing to risk his life because someone he loves is walking with him, right? I I can't sing, so I'm like I'm picturing myself as this offbeat person who makes someone else happy just because they are there. I've been thinking a lot about like the idea of like when you are in relationships with people and when you date people, like compatibility is important, but one thing that's important for me personally is you want someone to be present. I don't know if you've ever had a moment where like you're with your significant other or someone you're getting to know or you know whatever you may be calling it, and they just look at you, and in that look you can see this person is like, I want to be here and I love being here.
And that's the part where I wrote about someone accepting that you have this terrible voice, you don't know lyrics of all the songs, but you somehow know each song. Like when it plays, you know that song. But you're gonna start singing and you're gonna be off key, terrible and stuff. And as they spend time with you, it's something they start to love about you, you know, and it's what you're saying that it's that thing of being present, being a present lover. It's watching someone at the ocean there, watching the waves come in and going back, and there's tears on their eyes, and you are, even though you are dealing with your own brokenness, you just watch them and you allow them to be, and you are just there, and you're like, you don't have to say anything, you just have to be there for each other, and that's everything. it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be beautiful. You just need to be there for each other and love each other regardless.
Are
Yeah.
you a romantic?
Unfortunately, I am.
Okay. Well,
I
it's not unfortunate. It's not. I don't know
yeah.
why you think.
I don't. Yeah, but like I am. I'm there buying you flowers on my way back from work. Because
Wait, are you single before I
because
promote you again?
I
Because that
went
person.
shopping, and when I saw flowers, I just thought of you and I just bought them for the sake of buying them. I'm there asking what's your favorite thing and making it happen. Um, yeah, I'm that person. I'm the you need to speak out, you need to vent. I'm listening, vent. Do anything
So
you want.
Umpila's asking, so where is this love story going to appear? Or so where can we have it in paper, in writing to revisit?
Um so 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 um let me get correctly where it comes from. Uh so Zanele posted that she wanted to read for once a black love story without any cheating and all that mess, and a love story which has a happy ending. And I was like, let me write it for you. And afterwards I loved that one, Mila writing a love story.
With a
Two,
happy ending.
me writing something with a happy ending. Um, and I was like, the brains don't align here as kids, but as I had already committed to it, and yeah, it's not something which I was intending to publish. It's something which yeah, I just started writing.
Are you gonna
Um,
publish it though? Because see iPhone.
I'm gonna send it to her, and she will decide what she wants to do with it.
Okay, so we were the first people to receive it.
She has received piece of it, but you are the first people to read how far it is.
Oh, that's so sweet.
There's still
No,
more.
we want more,
Uh,
please. Can you do like an IGTV just to read to us so we can get, we want to know what happens.
Here's a plot twist. Since this is an exclusive plot twist. When I read the story, everyone assumed the gender of everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know the gender?
I mean, we don't know the gender.
That's how the story continues. And
Okay,
that's
so
how
we're
the
going to
story
find out. We're going to find out about the genders. Nah, I love queer stories. Nah, I love them. I love them.
yeah, in that
Well, see,
yeah,
I didn't assume the gender. That's why when I asked the question, I spoke about my experience and about someone that you love.
yeah, yeah. In that
Because
yo, wildcards. Wildcards are my favorite in writing. When you think you figured something out and you throw in a wild card, that's me. If you can figure it out about my writing, you you figured me out. But
I feel like you need to bless us with one more poem before we have to let you go.
I'm trying to find it, and
okay.
I can't find it. And
okay, I just need to pick up a book.
Okay. before I jumped out, so I'm gonna read a few prose from A Beautiful Sunday. It is just gonna be one after the other. I'm not gonna pause. It's gonna read like one story. It's different poems, but like it's gonna read like, I don't know. You bury every story about your father with every sip of wine you have. You say you don't remember the last time you saw him, so you prefer not to talk about him. A tear drops, but you look too pretty to ruin your face with tears, so you clean up and get back to hiding everything again. Opening up after a few glasses of wine, your feet on my lap, a face full of emotions, a few regrets, and a need to fix a few things. You say you are okay, you just need a few things off your chest, a forehead kiss, and a silly joke to calm your storms. I'm here for you. You ask me to not fix you or understand your pain. We are on our second bottle of wine, and everything just comes out easy. You try to tell me about your father, but your voice starts breaking. I guess the wine can soften the pain. After our second bottle of wine, you looked at me with eyes full of regret and loss. You said you felt safe around me and there's so much you want to tell me, but you are not ready yet. So you ask for patience. I'm sorry that holding you so tight brought tears to your eyes. After your third glass of wine, with your feet on my lap, you said for once you wanted to open up. There's a lot on your chest, but you are nervous because talking is not your thing. So I tell you a silly joke, kiss your forehead again, hold you, and tell you that it's okay. We drank and laughed. We drank and laughed so loud. We tried softening the pain with wine, but brokenness follows us everywhere. After a few glasses, you started opening up and seemed to not care anymore about the tears coming out. You said you are okay, you just needed to offload. You tell me about your childhood and where home really is. Even though you are laughing, I can sense the sadness in your voice. So I kiss you and stop you from crying, and we laugh about it after and open our fourth bottle of wine. You are dancing to the madness, singing a sad tune with your feet. You are back to running after lovers and the past again. Haven't you run out of breath from carrying all those names in your lungs, smoking in all their sadness? Your mother doesn't recognize your smile anymore. You have given its beauty away by trading it for a few moments to cast away loneliness. Do you ever call yourself a lover? When is it your turn to be held afloat? When is it your turn to have all these people dancing around you? Your father is still there in his absence. He is present in the way your feet are constantly moving. The lover you are sitting across the table from looks right at you with eyes full of emptiness and asks you for warmth and for you to stay And this is the third time he asked in 2 days. Their words scratch the scars inside and elicit a tear drop. This time, for once, you're not crying for yourself, but for someone you called a lover who doesn't see that they have made a shell out of you, and you are there in absence the way your father taught you. The third time I saw you, we didn't have wine this time around. We just had tea with our favorite food. A bit of bitter loneliness and a sad movie. We talked so little without alcohol, but I could feel all your emotions in every word you said. It felt like for the first time you could be honest with yourself. It's a rich for me.
But no, I'm just saying, I it's a beautiful Sunday, Ikai, because you're but it's fine. Maybe we have different definitions of a beautiful Sunday. So people are really like appreciating this. You know, some people have crying emojis, and some people like are quoting from the poem, when is it your time to be held afloat? I definitely felt that. And some people are like, I feel your healing, you are the healing she seeks. And then someone is like, there is something about your writing, it forces you to face your darkness, but somehow instead of crawling into your darkness, you just feel lighter because finally someone understands. Beautiful. And I think that's like the beauty of writing, that James Baldwin often says, you think your pain and heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world until you read, right?
Yeah, and then it's so true.
So I'm so glad that people are saying they're resonating, because, you know, someone saying, immaculate, you're a phenomenal writer. I do not know what is making me sad, this poem or the thought that it might be one of the last since you won't be writing anymore. People are really touched about the fact that you won't be writing. I think there needs to be a consideration about that.
Like I said, you know the thing about the case is that no matter what you do, you can never run away from the case. And
A beautiful curse. You're here to heal our brokenness while we mend yours. So I think it's a quid pro quo. We are getting something, and we hope that us appreciating your words also makes you feel that you are seen and that you're not alone.
I do. There are Sundays where you turn into a garden, where you find healing in your smile. The light finds you and wraps you up in its embrace. You spend time amongst flowers, letting nature take care of you. Everything reminds you that no matter what, you are amazing. Nothing will hurt today. Today you are happy drunk, and when tears return, we'll hold on to this day and laugh the pain away, because that is your beautiful Sunday.
Sabawela guys, kikuba moto mara. Yo, kikuba moto. Bokang, it's been an absolutely incredible time with you on our takeover. I hope that you've had fun as much as we've had fun.
I wish it could go longer, but yeah,
you know what? Hit us up, and then like as the lockdown is happening, we'll call you back. We'll be like, Bokang, just come serenade us. So I just want to read the blurb of the person that we'll be having tomorrow, so you get an idea of what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
In April 1981, Landa Mabenya enters the world, trapped in a girl's body. From the start, Landa is aware that he does not relate to his female form, despite being socialized as a girl. At age 11, his world is shattered when an angry woman and his zombie-like husband arrive in Umtata to force him to accompany them to Port Elizabeth. Life in PE with the parents soon morphs into a Dickinson nightmare. Landa is subjected to horrific abuse as he descends into a world of isolation and shame. At 18, Landa finally is able to escape PE to study at UCT, where he tries to embrace his life as a butch lesbian, but he remains tortured by his female body. After a close-to-death breakdown, Landa finds strength to embark on an odious 4-year-long journey to physically and legally become him. In 2014, he makes history by becoming the first known transgender man in South Africa to successfully motivate a medical aid to pay for his surgeries. Both heartbreaking and uplifting, Becoming Him is a groundbreaking story of torture, triumph, bravely opening the lid of cultural shame and abuse against those who choose a path less traveled. So tomorrow we'll have a beautiful, beautiful conversation with Landa Mabenye about his book called Becoming Him. But before I let go, I just want to read a couple of poems, a couple of things so that Bokang knows that people love him. Alma, because Alma has a husband and, you know, is using her husband's phone, it's like, this is amazing. Thank you. And then Visionary Bella says, hi, Bo, I'm claiming this poem for myself. This poem is my mirror. And then Andile says, thank you for the session. And then Sal says, this is absolutely amazing. Thank you, guys. And then Melissa says, thank you, Bokang and Cheeky Natives. And then Sine says, this was beautiful. Thank you. And Dumi says, thank you, Bokang. This was a beautiful session. If an emotional roller coaster was a person, it would definitely be you. And Noah says, thank you for sessions. Looking forward to many more. At least give us sessions since you won't be writing anymore. So Bokang Batubaka Ubafedi session, and because you won't be writing anymore. So Sunday sessions. Umpile says, thank you. And Alma's dragging me. I'm like, as for Alma has a husband, barely. Andile says, you're my favorite poem. Bokang, I hope you know, just from the interaction with this live tonight and people who constantly message you, phone you, tweet you, DM you, that we appreciate the work that you do as a writer. We appreciate the excavation that you do as a male person in this world, the vulnerability with which you come to your writing. We see you. And thank you so much for just continuing to be vulnerable on the paper, because at least we know that we are not alone.
Yeah, and thank you so much, guys. When I started writing, I didn't, I started writing way back in 2013 on Twitter. The Twitter sessions started way back in 2013, where getting 2 retweets was enough. And we are here today, where I can tweet an egg and it would get like a lot of retweets, and it's because of all of your support and how amazing you have been. And me publishing the books, it was not my decision. It was the people who supported my books' decision for me to publish. And I can never thank you enough.
Before we go, where can people get a hold of you if this is the first time that they are encountering you, and how can people get a hold of your books?
My handle, Bokang Road. If you put hashtag Bokang Road on Twitter, you'll find me. Bokang, WROTE, you'll find me there. I'm always available. I'm interactive, and I'm a troll on most days. But that's where you will find me.
And how do people get a hold of your books?
Amazon. I saw early hours of this morning. I don't know if it was a preparation for the session, where they were purchased from UK and the US. And yeah, Amazon, Google Books. For now, the 2 books are available on Google Books. Amazon, I took it out for personal reasons. But yeah, and also I am taking orders for things that I left behind. This is like, I saw this cover, and the first time I held this book, Yeah, I cried. Don't ask why I cried, but like, I cried. This is like, it feels like something I didn't write. It feels like someone else produced this book. It's beautiful. And the writing inside, even though it's still the same content, Tembit did an amazing job editing it. Where it feels like something out of this world.
So you're
And
definitely taking orders for that.
yeah, I am taking orders constantly,
We
and
love book buyers. Tumi just said, I just got both on Google Books. Thank you, Tumi. Thank you. Thank you.
I wanted
Thank you.
to, yeah, if ever there's an opening for me to get married to someone, you can holler at me because
Now,
you are the
Tumi,
real.
at least can you just give them more Sunday sessions? Either you stop writing or you stop Sunday session, but you can't do both.
So last week I announced that I'm done writing, and Sunday I announced that the Sunday sessions are ending. And there was a meltdown. So I don't even get
So
where
Angela
where
is
does the
asking,
meltdown from?
where can we place orders? So I suppose you can DM Bokang at Bokang Road, either
Yeah.
on Instagram or on Twitter. And then you can arrange to get your order. It will definitely be signed because it's coming from the author. Once again, thank you so much, Bokang. You've absolutely been incredible.
All books orders that come from me come personalized and signed. And yeah, if you order from me, cut the middleman, you'll have it signed and directed to you. And thank you so much. Yeah, I cannot
Thank you.
appreciate. And thank you to the Chigi natives. You are always so supportive. Y'all
Thank you.
are beautiful and awesome.
Thank you. Please have a wonderful evening, and then we'll hit you up for another session.
Thank you. Shots.
So tomorrow, Cheeky Natives, we're going to have Landa Mabenye talking to Alma about his memoir, which is brilliant, Becoming Him. If you want to get a head start on the conversation, we already have a podcast up on our channel. So just go to www.cheekynatives.co.za to get the to listen to the podcast, or on your favorite podcast listening platform. And then, yes, come and join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. And we'll be talking to Landa Mabenye. Thank you, everyone. Oh, sorry. Hey, do the books come with the wine you're drinking?
Okay, so if we get back to that time where we can do a gathering and stuff, I'm intending to do a book launch for A Beautiful Sunday, and there will be free wine. Like, you can have as much wine you want on me the whole
No,
night.
it will happen.
No, it's yeah, it's just that we need to have a private conversation, but it will be run by the Chigi natives.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Landa Mabenye talking to Dr. Alma Nalisha about Becoming Him. Bye.